How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my MLB same game parlay picks for today. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, I would definitely appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, like, comment, and share. We had a pretty bad day yesterday with our picks. After getting a pretty good day the day before on May 2nd, May 3rd kind of sucked. We had a few things go wrong. But we're back at it here today on Wednesday, May 4th. I already made a few picks here. So if you guys watched my videos before, or if this is the first time, I usually do three parlays. One conservative play, then I do kind of a moderate play, which is kind of a combination of conservative and risky. And then I do a very risky play, which is what you see at the top. So for kind of my more conservative play, obviously it's baseball. Anything could happen. We've seen that throughout the season already. So I took, for the Mets Braves game, I took the Mets at plus 2.5 runs. So even if they lose by 2 runs or less or win outright, we win that leg. And then I also took the under 12.5. The Mets have been rolling. I think they won three out of these 4 games that they played, if I'm not mistaken. They did sweep the doubleheader yesterday, and they were usually lower scoring games. I expect that again. That's why I took the under 12.5 total runs for the game. Then for the Rangers and the Phillies, these are two teams that kind of on and off. I think the Phillies lost yesterday, but I can see them keeping this game close. So I took them at plus 3.5 runs. So again, even if they lose by 3 runs or less, we win that leg. And I also took the under 14.5 total runs, which is kind of risky, especially Texas. The Rangers score a lot and also allow a lot of runs. But I can see this keep staying under 14 runs, or 15 actually. Then for this next game, again, two kind of teams that are kind of up and down to begin the season. But I expect the Nationals to keep this one close as well. And I took the under 16.5 runs this time, just because it is in Colorado. Usually there's a lot of scoring there, but I don't see both teams scoring over 8 in this game to get that total over the 17. Then for the next game, I took the Diamondbacks at plus 3.5 against the Marlins. I actually think the Diamondbacks are going to win this game outright, but just as a safer pick, I took them at 3.5. And I did the same thing for the Royals. The Royals, I believe, lost the first game, then came back yesterday and won. I believe it was like 9-1 or 9-0. I expect them to keep this one close as well, even though Wainwright is at the hill for the Cardinals. Then I took the Astros to beat the Mariners. I think the Astros are kind of starting to get their gears together. I think they're a good team, and they got Justin Verlander pitching, so that should be a win for them. I also took the Rays to beat the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's, again, not really a good team. They do surprise sometimes, but I expect the Tampa Bay Rays to win. I took the Twins to beat the Orioles. I mean, the Orioles, again, if you guys watched my videos before, the Orioles started off the season pretty competitively, giving teams a competitive run for their money. But I think they're starting to show what they're going to be, which is a bad team. So I expect the Twins to win. And I also took my Yankees to keep it close against the Blue Jays at plus 3.5 runs. So I bet $1 to win, or potentially 16. And then for kind of the more moderate play, kind of risky and conservative, kind of mixed together, I took the Royals again at plus 3.5. I took the under 12.5 runs. In the Diamondbacks game, I took the Diamondbacks plus 1.5. So even if they lose by 1 or win outright, we win that leg. I took the Mets plus 3.5 just in case. Obviously coming off a doubleheader, beating the Braves twice in a row, there might be some letdown. So I took that as a to be a little bit more conservative, so to speak. Then I took the Astros to beat the Mariners. and the Rays to beat the Oakland A's. I already spoke about those two teams. Then I took the Phillies to beat the Rangers. Kind of risky because I know the Phillies have been kind of up and down, but I think they should be able to beat the Rangers. And then again, I took the Twins at the money line. I took the Yankees to beat the Blue Jays. I think the Yankees should be able to handle the Blue Jays, especially with Cortez pitching so well. And then I took the White Sox to beat the Cubs as well. And again, I bet $1 to win potentially almost $50. Then for kind of the riskier play, I took the Nationals and the Rockies under 10.5, like I mentioned. Usually when you say Rockies, you say over. But I can see this being a 4-5 game, 3 to 5 game coming just under this 10.5. Then I took the Nationals at 3.5 in that game as well. I took the under in the Yankees Blue Jays game. Again, kind of risky because I know both offenses are good. But I think the pitchers should be able to hold it down within 8. Excuse me. And I took the Yankees plus 2.5 in that game as well. I took the Mets at the money line to beat the Braves. I took the Astros to beat the Mariners by at least 2 runs. That's what the minus 1.5 means. And I did the same thing with the Rays against the A's and the Twins against the Baltimore Orioles. So they all have to win by 2 or more in those games. That's why this is kind of a riskier play. And then I took the Phillies at plus 2.5 against the Rangers. And again, I bet $1 to win 123. So those are the 3 picks. I did take a kind of Hail Mary shot, if you want to see that one. It's a 23-leg parlay, which includes NBA, I believe includes NHL as well, and NBA. So these are the picks right there. Excuse me, I got Donich, Booker, all these guys to score, all these guys to get these type of rebounds and assists. And then I also took the 76ers and Miami Heat game, and these are the props that I took for that game. And then like I said, I incorporated the baseball games, which is the Mets plus 3.5, the Twins at the money line. Then I took the Yankees plus 3.5, and then I took the Hurricanes plus 1.5 against the Boston Bruins. And then I took the White Sox to win outright against the Cubs, and I bet $2 to win potentially almost $800. So that's kind of the home run shot, if you will. I do like 1 or 2 of these a day, just for the hell of it. See if I win. Sometimes I get really close. Last time we did one of these, we came 3 Chris Paul assists shy of $500, which is very, very surprising because he only had 3 assists and he usually averages like 10 assists a game. We had him at 6. It was very doable, and we didn't get it. But we're going to keep going. Excuse me. We're going to keep going. I definitely appreciate all the love, all the likes, the comments. Definitely reach out on Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets. I've been getting a lot of messages and a lot of likes, a lot of good messages. I really appreciate everyone. We actually won 2 good bets yesterday with the first basket picks for NBA. So if you followed that video, you definitely won some money there. Definitely appreciate it, guys. Have a great Wednesday of baseball, NHL, Stanley Cup playoffs, NBA playoffs. Thanks a lot, and we will talk soon.